Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to another exciting race out here at Talladega Super Speedway. Guys in the booth, Kevin, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you, Luke?
I'm doing just fine. It is absolutely exciting to be back here again at Talladega. I know it's personally my favorite track. I don't know about you, but we are in for an exciting one tonight.
Yeah, and I think it is going to be exciting. We have a strong grid. We have a strong group of guys. It's going to be fast. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be 50 laps of madness, I like to think. And how about we take a look at our grid tonight as the qualifying just wrapped up? On our pole, we have Landon Veliky and Sean Corbett in the front row, followed by the second row of Kenneth McCullough Jr. and Asher Little. Our third row is going to consist of Joshua McCullough and Vicente Guerrero. Fourth row is going to be James Waring and Heath Job. Fifth row is going to be Brian Hennings and Mark Vondell. Sixth row is going to be Hunter Hastings and Michael Wingo, followed by
Fuck
Chris
me.
Kynes and Josh Giambroni.
Apologies, I
And
just
then,
looked over at my monitor and there's a fucking stink bug. God, it scared the piss out
and
of me.
rounding us out, it's going to be Dylan C. Jones and John Ward, but I think John Ward might be on RC
You'll do
tonight.
you'll do excuse me here for a moment, Kevin.
Yeah, take your time, Luke. We have about a lap of pacing until we get green in this thing. A lot of cool schemes out there, a lot of returners, a lot of guys we've talked to in the past week, but a couple new guys that we haven't talked to. Asher Little being one of those guys, Brian Hennings. I think it's going to be an exciting one as we are turning onto the back stretch under pacing. Next time by, we are going to be green here at Talladega. And we're looking at 50 laps of racing. And the rules of the race are going to be 40% fuel, 3 green-white checkers, no fast repairs. Once again, 50 laps. And I do believe this is going to be the last week of the regular season of the Dega Pros Friday Night Rush Hour, so this is going to be an exciting one. A
Alrighty.
lot of not only
Apologies.
money, but a lot of pride on the line here tonight.
Apologies. I am back.
Yeah, and you got to do what you got to do. A little bit of a technical difficulty. Maybe if you cleaned your room or cleaned the booth,
As a
these
matter of
issues
fact,
would have
buddy,
happened.
yeah, it is. It is, buddy. I'm actually getting ready to move booths. We just redid all the carpet. I don't know how the fuck he got in here.
Yeah, and we
Just
are going through turns 3 and 4 now, going green this time by. The launch is going to be of Landon Veliky's. And yeah, I think we're in for an exciting one, Luke.
that we
As the
are. That
pace
we
car
are.
rounds in, and they're going into the tri-oval side by side, tight on their other drivers' behinds. And here we go as we approach the Geico restart zone. 50 laps of Talladega racing. They have entered the zone. It is Veliky's decision, and he is green, and we are up through the gears. Green flag, Talladega, 50 laps. Here we go. The 62 car stays out front. He stays on that inside line. We saw a lot of shifting up at the top for the leads last race. But side by side behind him as he's about a car length out on anybody, but that outside line is getting a good push by the 01 of Asher Little. And we're side by side. John Ward is in this one. That's my apologies. Our RC for the night is going to be Logan York. And we have a 16 car field as Sean Corbett now takes the lead on that outside line. That inside line just, doing their thing, keeping it even. Steven, side by side racing as we're approaching the end of our first lap. A lot of good looking cars. A lot of clean racing out there so far. Nothing too shaky.
Speaking of nice cars out there, Kevin, I think we got to get back to that subject we go to every single night. We got to get back to the scheme hour. What scheme's catching your eye out here tonight, Kevin?
Yeah, and I see the Napa car in the back. I think that's one of Chase Elliott's. Maybe John Ward's car in the back. We talked about Sean Corbett's car, but I don't know, Luke. I think you're gonna have to ask me that one here in a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to, get a feel for these cars. What about yourself?
Personally, I one did stand out to me watching the practice session here, and I'd like it if we could cut to him here in just one moment. It's going to be a Spitfire
The skating brand.
Yeah, skateboarding brand. That's right.
Yeah, and we're single file still through our top 4 or 5. And Asher Little gets bumped a little bit by Guerrero, but he's gonna keep it clean. They keep it single file behind him. That was scary, but good on him. Just make it not an incident.
And a quick look at that. I believe that is the Spitfire car, correct? Hunter
Yeah, and I
Hastings
think
there, or
the
Brian Hennings. Apologies. And yep,
yeah, I
there it
think
is.
was
Look at
on one
that
of the
rear bumper.
sides. Oh yeah, there it is. 74 car of Hennings. He's running P8 right now, as the leaders are running single file. Our first side by side we're seeing are of Guerrero and Heath Job. Asher Little going to the outside, trying to see if he can make something happen up there, but he drops back down. Veliki giving good pushes to Corbett, keeping him up there.
Ooh, got a little tight
Oh,
for
and we're
14.
rocking in
He's
the
going to be
back.
spinning.
And that's going to be the 13 of Waring. I think we're staying green out here.
Nope, we got the yellow.
The yellow comes now, and that's going to involve the 13 of Waring as well as the 92 of John Ward, as well as, I think that's it. I think it was just a 2-car incident, but the rules state that 2 cars or more and the yellow does fly. So good on York to call that. Let's see how that one happened, Luke. 13 holding that inside line. Get a little pushing up in front of him, but so far so clear for them. He's gonna go. He's gonna drift. Just doesn't seem like he knew where he was exactly on that track. He thought he was a little further down that yellow. I think he comes back up. 57 was a little tight on him, but he just doors the 44 and the 57, and that's gonna be unfortunate for John Ward as. Or not John Ward.
James Waring.
James Waring and Hunter Hastings. Unfortunate for both of them, but I don't know how extensive the damage is, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Not a good look for either of them so far. Unfortunate, and that's gonna be our first caution. Just 4.5 laps in, Luke. Didn't see that one coming. We evened out, got some single file racing going early, and then that backpack just got bunched up and caused our first caution of the night.
Yeah, you hate to see it this early on in the race, but it does happen. It does happen. Having some technical difficulties here, trying to get us off the replay. There we go.
Yeah, and we're still just pacing around. The pits are open now. And we're gonna see takers. Nothing surprising there. We're only on 40% fuel tonight, fellas, and yeah, we're gonna see the whole field come on in.
Oh, nothing surprising about that one.
No, but it's interesting to see who's gonna win this race off pit road as they do get a little bunched up there at the front, but nothing happens there. It's gonna be interesting to see if we have maybe some strategies. Overall, though, I think it's going to be about the same people that went in. But the race between Corbett and McCullough is going to be won by McCullough. So we're going to have the same leader of Landon Veliky, but behind them it's going to be McCullough, Corbett, the 14 of Guerrero, and then the 74 of Hennings.
And back to our nice schemes here. That UA War Eagle, the 62. I do like the colorway on that one. It's one of Landon Veliky.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a I want to say Auburn University scheme. That does look like their logo. I'm not sure what War Eagle is. Probably maybe a mascot or an alma mater or something like that. But it's a nice looking scheme, Very great, very bright. The Tigers, I know, had a little bit of a disappointing year this year in football. I'm not sure how their other sports are doing, but yeah, great looking scheme. That's one of my favorites for sure. I don't know if you remember, Luke. Whenever I hear Auburn, I think of that big game against Alabama about 10 years ago with the kick six of I think his name was Chris something. Just a crazy ending to a football game, and that's been planted in my mind when I hear Auburn ever since.
And who knows? Maybe we might get an exciting ending here tonight. So I believe we're going to be going green here this time by... Potentially, we'll see here.
Yeah, and they're side by side, so the
Yep,
pace car
pace
is
car's
going to
going
come in
in.
here, and it's going to be the launch of Landon Veliky once again. You know, not much is mixed up since our start. I think our biggest mover so far is going to be man, I really can't tell. Other than just the obvious of Hastings and Warren going the wrong direction. You know, a lot of straight shot driving. But we are
They are
green once again here at Talladega. Good jump for the 62 of Veliky, and followed by Corbett and McCullough on either side. That inside line looking dominant though in the Auburn car. And they're about side by side all the way back on him. And how about the run by the outside line here as McCullough is going to take his first lead of the race. And he's going to take it by a couple car lengths as that outside line just making it happen. They're clear by 3. They're clear by 3.5. And we're going to see some droppers, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be... maybe not.
Well, they're trying not to strand anybody. You know, Kenny doesn't want to strand Josh McCullough, so they're going to stay high because he wasn't going to make it. A little bit of a team move, but they're both going to drop down to the bottom now as Josh actually gets a huge run and able to get in there in front of Guerrero. But that's going to be your top 3 right now. The McCulloughs, Guerrero, Veliky, then Job. Job is the first on that outside line. And, you know, all cars are on the lead lap. All cars seem to be patched up pretty well, so I don't know how much that caution's going to affect us, Luke.
You know, not too many cars involved early, but I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be pretty straightforward here. We didn't see too many issues. I don't think too many cars were involved in that early wreck. I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think things are going to be okay. As we are about 41 and a half to go. With the McCulloughs just dominating these laps right now, just staying side by side. And we're getting shaky and we're wrecking!
Oh,
in the
62! Oh!
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna collect.
Veliky. He's hard into the wall. Job is into it. Kynes is, he's clear. At least the 2 of them. A couple other cars were involved. I don't know how badly. But, let's take a look at the onboard here. Yeah, I mean, the 62 of Veliky he shakes around a little bit, and Heath Job not able to check up in time, and he's going to hook him into the wall. And both of them are going to get the full force of that wreck here at Talladega. And that's going to be your second caution already before 10 laps to go. Not what you usually see out of these drivers.
You know, you hate to see it, but at the same time, you also love to see these drivers racing hard here. And let's go and take a look at what happened there one more time. It's like a bad bump there and just a bad checkup and just ends
yeah, it
to
almost looks like Job got into
wall.
Yeah, it almost looks like Job got into Corbett a little bit, forced Corbett to come up a little bit, and then that just shook up Veliky, and the rest was just disastrous for a few of them. I think Corbett is clear of it, though. I think these 2 cars are going to be the only concerns, but they are both rolling. You know, last thing you want to see here is a tow or this early on, but yeah, John Ward went sideways, but I think he actually saved it. It was an impressive save if he did. Can we go back and look at an in-car of John Ward during that wreck, Luke?
Absolutely. It's going back to the time of the wreck here.
I know he got, like, completely sideways.
Oh, just gets hooked there at the end.
Saves it. I mean, impressive save. He does get doored a little bit on the left side, but he's able to keep that one straight. That's impressive.
What a save. Let's go and go back and look at the chopper view of that. I want to see the overhead of that one. And yeah, it was completely sideways and managed to save it.
The one that doored him was going to be the 59 of Vondel. I know they raced together a lot. Nothing was intentional.
That wasn't a bad bump. That wasn't a bad bump. It was just a little bit of a checkup after the wreck. I think John Ward's actually... he's going to go into the pits right now. I'm receiving word here, but I don't think he's going to have much damage after that one.
No, he got fortunate there. I mean, that's a very skillful save, but Job's going to roll in slowly. Not a good look for him.
Oh, no. Hate to see it.
Yeah, and we're going to see pits from everybody here, so, you know, it's just a matter of can everybody get out on that lead lap despite the damage. And if Veliky can, I know that he's the car to watch still. You never count him out, even though we're in a 16 car field. But how about the McCullows? You know, getting going early.
Starting off 1 and 2 after this caution. They're getting it. They're getting it started pretty early here up front.
Yeah, and you know, they know how to give themselves the position to win this race. From what we've seen in the past week or so, they don't usually run up front early. They like to sandbag a little bit in these beginning laps, but I think they've made the right decision because all the wrecks have happened in the back of the pack so far. Yeah, and we're single file still under caution, just sorting everything out. Let's take a look at the map real quick, see how the pitters are doing. I know Keith and Landon are. Yeah, they're getting out. They're I'm gonna say that's a 57 and the 74, so that's not them yet. That's gonna be Chris Kynes and Brian Hennings, as they're still in the pits. But I don't know. We're gonna see if they can get on the lead lap. Maybe take a look at one of them still in the pits. Take a look at the in car of them. See if they can get this thing back out there. As you take a look at the map, it's gonna be a timing thing. See if he can. There goes Heath. So he's gonna get out on the front lap. Let's stay with Veliky though. Make sure you know he gets out in front of the pace car.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
If not though, with Heath getting out in time, it's not too much pressure on him. It'll be him the
Yeah,
only
look at
car
that
down.
damage. That's some serious damage on the front. I don't think he's gonna get out in time.
Yeah, and hopefully he can get out in time that he's out on the track before we go green, but I'm not quite sure. It is a lot of damage. I did not expect to see that much.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a lap down, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, not a big issue since Heath Job got out on that lead lap. He's going to be the only car down. I wouldn't imagine this race is going to go 40 laps green after what we've seen so far. So, you know, just a chance for him to get out back on that lead lap. As Job is catching up time going through the tri-oval right now, trying to catch that lead pack. And he's moving.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's
Look at that,
doing what he's
almost
gotta do.
180 miles an hour trying to catch up to that pace car. Landon Veliky's still in the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. He was running up front. He had a good race going, but, you know, a little deflating for him. We'll see what can happen, though. Anything can happen.
We're
Plenty of racing left.
we're just going to take a quick intermission here. Actually, we're going to wait and see how his entrance back here to these lap cars are. But we're going to take a quick break here real fast before we get ready to go green. We're going to restart